Hello Scorpio, how have you been? I hope life was treating you well. So welcome to your general tarot card reading for February of 2019. Scorpio, what interesting cards you have. Before I'm going to start, when I look at them in my mind's eye, actually I heard that there was a message. You cannot stop this change from happening. Do not stand in your own way. Allow things to happen. Don't prolong things. Things will turn out better than you think, even though you're holding up tightly to something. So Scorpio, what do we have here? We have a Nine of Wands, we have a Two of Swords, we have Seven of Pentacles, we have a Three of Swords, we have Temperance, we have a Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, we have Death, and then we have those we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is what to focus on. And additional commentary is the rune that is called Sol, Sorel. Basically it means sun. It's representing the energy of the sun. It's representing the illumination. It's representing self-knowledge, impulse, overcoming through the difficulties. Basically it's conquering. It's talking about the conquering and going for it. And so with the Nine of Wands over here, so you might find yourself within the situation or this kind of behavior where, and I think Two of Swords is very much emphasizing this, you might be dreading something. There's something that fills you with the dread, and because the Nine of Wands is representing this chap that he is standing there in this hesitation. You know, he went through many battles in his life because he appears to be kind of battered and bruised. This is kind of representing someone, and most likely you, Scorpio, going through some kind of, you know, struggles, upheavals, being tested, and kind of going through almost like a test on fire. And because of that, because you had to kind of have a lot of resilience and kind of fight for everything that you kind of have, you almost like developed this kind of type of behavior, this kind of behavioral pattern where you kind of waiting for things to go wrong, to be attacked. It's kind of self-defense without the need of being needing to defend yourself. So almost like you perceive everything as what next, what kind of problem that's going to bring. Somebody wants something from me. Oh my God, what on earth they want from me? And because of Two of Swords, you know, the way how she sits, she's protecting her heart and she's blindfolded. This is telling me you are don't want to be hurt, you don't want to get involved, you want to kind of detach yourself from the situation, you prefer to be blind to whatever is happening, and you maybe don't want to make any choices. So that is kind of indicating some kind of withdrawal from the situation. Seven of Pentacles over here is talking about you working very hard for something, putting a lot of effort into it, and actually wanting for those efforts to bring some kind of rewards. And with the Seven, you know, with the Seven, he's kind of, the way how this chappy is standing there, he's looking, he is waiting in anticipation, but things that on the good way, but they're not happening as quickly as they're happening as you would like them to happen. And therefore we have those Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords, there might be some kind of disappointment. There might be disappointment that is like, I would say, is a accumulation of different little things that's going to kind of drive you to the point where you kind of feel, well, hurt and disappointed, and I don't know, there might be a little bit of anxiety here involved to the certain degree as well, but it's almost, you might be disappointed because of some kind of delays or absence of something that you would like to have, you know, because of this, things are not moving as quickly as you would like to. So the growth, because 3 is also representing the growth, and in aspect of swords is representing this growth of certain type of thinking, and in this particular case, this kind of type of thinking, it's creating kind of feelings of anxiety. So the overall suggestion over here, Scorpio, is to realize that and nip it in the bud, because you are not helping yourself by kind of feeling this way. I know it might come from frustration, you being tired, you waiting for such a long time for things to kind of go and move in the right direction, and it's not happening soon enough. I totally get it. And then we have a Temperance, and Temperance is one of those cards that is all about waiting. Again, this is a waiting, but this is a different type of waiting over here. This is about things taking shape for the better, because this is about things are balancing out, about reconciliation as well with the opposite. So whatever is happening, what they say with the Temperance, the patience is needed, and I would say even to the certain degree that is you have to kind of allow things to go. You should really be going with the flow, basically going with the flow. Don't try to push don't try to push things too quickly and try to make things happen, because time is needed, and I think the time is at the essence here, basically, Scorpio. So this is kind of representing, also Temperance is going to be representing some kind of you know, a karmic situation where, for example, for some of you, you have to kind of learn how to be more independent, but also is kind of talking about the inner struggle and inner conflict, and try to figure out what is it that you want as well. And I think this is kind of you starting going your own way. Why I'm saying this, because when I'm looking at this Temperance, I see Chariot kind of almost like pulsating, and this is all about you leaving everything behind and moving forward, basically, because you have a Death as well, and Death is facing Chariot, and both Death and Chariot, they represent a movement where Death is, it's almost like this Temperance is preparing the ground for this transformation that Death going to bring you. The 10 of Cups over here is indication of I feel like you saying goodbye to something, but something that was good, a completion. There might be something to do with your family, but it feels like it's not related. It feels like this 10 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, they're kind of in the background, and they might be symbolizing your family, your friends, your mom. And actually on this front, things look good. They look that if that is not going to be a happy event, there's going to be some kind of happy event, some kind of celebration, some kind of offering. You're also going to have someone who's going to support you through this. So that was coming, but this is kind of on the it's not on the forefront. This is kind of in the background. So what